But first up, some sad news. Some of you know him. Most of you probably don't. There is a guy near and dear to my heart named Tom Negrino. Tom died today. Tom took his own life today. Tom voluntarily did that today. Tom has been around for eons in the Macintosh community. He's been a great friend to everyone who's involved in the Macintosh community, and everyone loves Tom. He has written, I think, almost 50 books, 46 books. Tom has written for the Macintosh community for various subjects and in various genres, Take Control books and other books like that. He Tom was born with spina bifida, and it didn't slow him down. I've known Tom for 20 years, and if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. Tom was at every Macworld Expo. He's one of those guys that you went to Macworld Expo to go see. You were very, very happy to see him and Dory, the inseparable Tom and Dory. The two words almost go together, Tom and Dory. They wrote a lot of their books together, by the way. Dory is as prolific an author as Tom is. And I guess about 5 years ago, back up a little bit, Tom was a huge help to me during the bad time of my divorce. Tom talked to me on the phone for hours. The one thing I loved most about Tom was he was very much like me, a no bullshit kind of guy. And he virtually slapped me in the head several times. Basically, snap out of it kind of thing. Get your ass out of your head and get on with your life. And I love Tom for that. We communicated, once a month via email about this, that, or next thing, and frequently on Twitter. And I think the timeline goes about 5 years ago, Tom started to get very, very sick and was diagnosed with multiple forms of cancer, brain cancer, kidney cancer. It metastasized throughout his entire body. And then I think about a year ago, it got really bad. Tom was bedridden. Late in his life, he was sleeping 20 hours a day. And my thoughts go to Tom's entire family, but especially Dory. She's a wonderful, also no bullshit kind of woman. And I can't imagine what she's going through right now. The pain of the loss of what truly was a life partner for Dory and for Tom. They both adored each other and were great for and with each other. So Dory's going through a bad time now. None of us can imagine having to watch the person you love and care for all these years not only deteriorate, but then make this incredibly brave decision to do what Tom did. California has a right to die law, and Tom decided that rather than have no quality of life, Tom decided to take his own life. If you can, if you're so inclined, look Dory up, Dory Smith on Facebook, or at Dory on Twitter, and at Negrino, Negroni, on Twitter, and just send a remembrance to Dory. Just send good thoughts to Dory. Whatever you feel is appropriate, even though you don't know her. I know she'd appreciate hearing from anyone. Wayne says, do we know if he picked today's date for a particular reason? No, it was just like a 2-week time thing. He was going to do it in 2 weeks, and he picked that date. I don't think it was the Ides of March or anything else like that. I don't think it was a birthday or anything special along those lines. I think he just chose that thing. The interesting thing was the countdown on Facebook. And I know Dory caught some flack for doing a countdown timer of 14 days, 13 days, 12 days. It was awkward, but that's how she dealt with it. And I have no problem with it. When I first saw it, I thought, ooh, but then I realized that's her way of processing it. That was her way of partially dealing with it and getting affirmation from the community. So I have no issue at all with it. Like I said, wonderful people, both of them. Tom will be sorely missed in the Macintosh community. A lot of you probably didn't know who Tom was, but he was more behind the scenes kind of guy. He was never a podcaster. He was never out front doing things on stage at Macworld Expo. He wasn't that kind of guy. He was a very strong, quiet presence in the background, an insider at in the Macintosh community. I think he started the Los Angeles Macintosh User Group way back in the day. He's been around for 30 years. So while you may not know him, you certainly know someone who knows him. And we're all lessened by his loss, lessened by his inability to be Tom in the last few years, and certainly lessened by his passing today. So, Tom, I'm thinking about you, buddy. I hope you are in peace and not in pain anymore. That's the important part, is that Tom is no longer in pain, because I know he was in a great deal of pain the last little while. So, thanks, Tom. And I even practiced that, and I still